Hey, so as you know, we've been covering our favorite national parks. This will be part 5. Today we're going to cover our favorite national park that we visited in Alaska. So one time, we visited Alaska one time. It's a crazy drive. We drive, we completely do driving. We don't do flying. There's too many of us, it would be too expensive. So we drove all the way to Alaska, thousands of miles. And I made it up all the way up to Fairbanks, did the Alaska Highway all the way up to Fairbanks, then turned and started going south, went through Denali, went through Anchorage, and then just south of Anchorage is the Kenai Peninsula. In Seward, Alaska, on the east side of the Kenai Peninsula is Kenai Fjords National Park. So as usual, because we have a big family, we typically don't stay right in the park. It's just too expensive. So we stayed in this little tiny town called Sterling. Sterling was about an hour and a half from Kenai Fjords. When we were there, it was the beginning of summer. So we had this crazy amount of daylight. Not full daylight. It never got dark. It went gray for about 4 hours. So we had about 20 hours of sunlight and then 4 hours of gray. By the time we got to Sterling, Alaska, we were so far behind. So we got there, we got a good night's rest, and on the next day, we did a boat cruise with the kids. At that time, the kids were really young. This was 12 years ago. I might be off for a little bit. We had, was it 13 years? I think it was 11 years. So our 12-year-old was 1. And then, so we had 4 kids at the time. So we had a 1, 3, 5, and 8, I think. Due to the kids being young, we initially want to do because there's like 3 different type of cruises. There's a really long one, a middle range one, and then a shorter one. We chose a short one. We figured the kids would it would be enough. I think it was about 3 hours, 2.5 hours. But we went into Seward Harbor, I think that's right. It's a fjord. It literally goes, if you were on the shoreline, it would be the shoreline and it would dips quickly to 200 to 300 feet deep, and I think it goes much deeper than that. So you literally are only like 100, 200 feet from the ocean, the shoreline, and you're seeing whales. So we started on the cruise, and the first thing we saw was a sea otter. It kind of followed the boat for a while, and then we went right in the middle of the harbor. There's glaciers everywhere. And there's glaciers up in the mountains, and then there's big glaciers that flow right into the ocean. And when we were there, the director, the person that's doing the tour speaking, I think it was a he. He was actually a ranger, and he said, "You see that glacier that's running into the ocean?" And he goes, "Do you know how thick it is?" And I was thinking maybe 20, 30 feet. And he says, "Look at the trees beside it. Those trees are 50, 60 feet high, and they're dwarfed by it." It was like 200 feet thick from the top of it down to the ocean. It was crazy. When we were on the cruise, we saw humpbacks, which you're known to find humpbacks, but we saw finbacks. They call them fin whales out there, but in Maine we call them finbacks. And he goes, "I've been doing this tour 5 years," and he goes, "This is only the 2nd or 3rd time I've seen him." So we were so lucky. And he took us to this island, and I swear it had 100 seal on it. So that was a cool experience. We went back to Sterling, stayed the night. Lori and I were so tired. We were planning to do the Exit Glacier hike. It goes up to Harding Icefield. And we kind of slept in. And because of daylight, 100% daylight, we got there. I think we left the house at like 2. I think we started our hike at like 4. So that is, I mentioned on the last video that, oh come on, Highline Trail was 1 or 2 on my favorite hikes. Well, this is the 1 or the 2. I would say this was my favorite. So, it's so spectacular. So you kind of go through switchbacks, and there's mountains all around with glaciers everywhere. And when you kind of loop through, I think it's a 3,000 foot total elevation gain. You wrap around this hill, and then when you come to, you're probably about 1,000, you're probably halfway up, 1,000 to 1,500 feet up. You come to the glacier, and you from there you follow it all the way up to Harding Ice Field. And we're just standing there, like saying to each other, I can't believe we're here. I can't believe we're here. I don't know if you've ever had an experience like this, a positive experience of, I can't believe we're here. Standing in the middle of this. There's nothing like that in Maine. Maine's gorgeous, but it's not that gorgeous. So, in a sense, so you're looking up at the glacier into Harding Ice Field, and behind you is the mountains with little tiny glaciers up on top. Eventually we got to snow, and we only had sneakers. We brought hiking poles, and we kind of dug through and dug through and dug through and kept going up. At about that point, we came across a family, a mother and 2 young babies of mountain goats. They were just standing beside us. I swear they're like 20 feet from us, just hanging with us. You can tell they're not used to humans causing any trouble. And Lori stayed there. I went a bit up, a little bit higher, and then I came back down, and we just stood there looking at Harding Ice Field. And like, again, I can't believe we're here. Amazing. Oh, back to the cruise. So that day, we drove from Sterling to Seward, and there was this. It was Father's Day weekend, and we see a group of fathers and children in this brook going by. They were fishing, fly fishing, and Lori noticed. She goes, when we drove by, she goes, I swear I saw a bunch of eagles down there with them, just a little bit off. So when we came back, she goes, there's the eagles, there's the eagles. So we pull off, and Lori and I walk down to the bank. So we're not quite down at the brook, and I swear there was like 75 eagles down there feeding on the fish, like just upstream where the fly fishermen were. And we're like, this is crazy. I had maybe in my lifetime seen maybe 50 eagles in my life. I saw more in that 20-minute time than the rest of my life. And we just stayed there, and it was just blown away. Like, there's so much wildlife. Oh, another story. Just outside of the rental house, we're leaving, and Lori noticed there was a mama and baby moose right there. We didn't get too close, but they must 75 feet away, just standing there. And Mama had that look like, I dare you, mess with me. And what an experience. Kenai Fjords is amazing. And like I always say, it's one of our favorite parts. Bye.